Good day everyone. I am Jinico Magay, together with Karen Ledesma, Teresa Bayarcal, Paul Javier, Mark Chester Morales, and Martin Kim Mateo, and we'll talk about the amazing region, which is the autonomous region of Muslim Mindanao, its realities and its beauty, which we should all be aware of.
The autonomous region of Muslim Mindanao is located in western part of Mindanao. It was created by virtue of the Republic Act No. 6734, which signed into law by President Corazon Aquino on August 1, 1989. It was the only region that had its own government. Today, we will discuss about the history and creation, provinces and major cities and towns, geographical features, language, and major ethnic groups.
History and creation. In the early 1900s, the Manila government opened Mindanao, dubbed as the Land of Promise. The settlers, who were welcomed to share the fruits of its vast and rich natural resources. On February 1973, the Mindanao problem escalated into an armed conflict involving the Moro National Liberation Front, or MNLF, Mujahedin, and the Armed Forces of the Philippines. On July 7, 1975, the late President Ferdinand E. Marcos signed Presidential Decree No. 742 and Letter of Instruction 290 creating Western and Central Mindanao regions in Mindanao and establishing the office of the Regional Commissioner in both religions. On March 25, 1977, President Marcos signed Presidential Proclamation No. 1628 forming an autonomous region in southern Philippines. On May 7, 1977, Presidential Proclamation 1628A was issued adopting the wishes of the people. This did not appease the Bangsamoro fronts, which called the autonomous regions as a unilateral implementation by the Manila government of the Tripoli Agreement and as such was not recognized by the Mujahedin. On July 25, 1979, Batas Pambansa No. 20 was enacted creating the Regional Autonomous Government in Western and Central Mindanao regions. On August 1, 1989, the Organic Act was signed into law as Republic Act 6734 by President Aquino and a plebiscite was conducted in the proposed area of the ARMM on November 17, 1989. Of the 13 proposed provinces, only 4, Maguindanao, Llano del Sur, Sulu, and Tawi-Tawi joined the ARMM. On February 17, 1990, the first set elected of ARMM officials due to electoral protests, the ARMM formally started to function only on July 9, 1990 following the oath-taking of Attorney Zoria A. Candao as first regional governor of ARMM.
Provinces and major cities and towns. The largest city of Basilan is Isabela City and its capital is Lamitan. Basilan is a home to 3 main ethno-linguistic groups, the indigenous Yacans, the later arriving Tausog, and Chavacanos. Lanao means lake derived from Ranao. The province situated at basin of Lake Lanao is also known as the land of the Maranaos, which means the people of the lake. It also has 39 municipalities. Lanao del Sur has a land area of 13,494.21 miles. Its population as determined by the 2015 census was 1,045,429. This represented 27.65% of the total population of the region and 4.33% of the overall population of the Mindanao Island Group, or 1.4% of the entire population of the Philippines. Maguindanao comprises 36 municipalities further subdivided into 508 barangays. Also, the largest city in Maguindanao is Cotabato City. Sulu comprises 19 municipalities that are organized into 2 legislative districts and further subdivided into 410 barangays, and Tawi-Tawi comprises 11 municipalities, all encompasses by 2 legislative districts and further subdivided into 203 barangays. And Tawi-Tawi comprises 11 municipalities, all encompasses by 2 legislative districts and further subdivided into 203 barangays.
The major cities are City of Lamitan and Marawi City.
Geographical feature. The Arm is spanned to geographical areas, Lanao del Sur and Maguindanao, except Cotabato City, and the southwestern Mindanao and the island province of Basilan, except Isabela City. Sulu and Tawi-Tawi. In the Sulu archipelago, the region covers a total of 12,288 kilometers. The Arm is politically subdivided into 5 provinces, 2 component cities, 118 municipalities, and 2,459 barangays.
The Arm region have a diverse range of languages and dialects. The following are the languages or dialects spoken inside the region. These are the Bangingi, Maguindanao, Maranao, Tausog, Yakan, and Sama.
The Maguindanao village also highlights their presence in Maguindanao province of Arm's indigenous non-Moro Teduray people thriving in the Highland Api and South Api towns. But first, what is Arms? Arms means autonomous region in Muslim Mindanao. And why it is called autonomous region or autonomous? It is called autonomous because they have the freedom to govern itself or control its own affairs. We all know that the majority religion in Mindanao is Muslim, so they think that they don't need to govern them by other religion beside of their religion, which is Muslims. Because our country is a Roman Catholic country, so the majority religion in Luzon, Visayas is Catholic Iglesia, and etc. And also there are another IP people that we can see in Mindanao. There is a public stage at one side of the Maranao village, patterned from the Plaza Kabili in Marawi City, where cause-oriented rallies and political sorties were held before. So the another IP people is the Maranao, which has a Maranao village. So if you going back to the past, I know you heard the issue about the war between the ISIS people and the government army in Marawi, which caused a very huge damage in the city, killed innocents, killed people, killed many lives. Beside the Maranao village is the Yakan enclave, where visitors could watch women weaving the colorful Yakan fabric using handlooms. So so these people has their own cultures and traditions, and as of now they are continuously using their cultures and traditions to perform and use it from their daily lives. The Yakan village has a traditional luma, which means house in the Yakan dialect, with roof made of dried kugon leaves. So we are familiar in kugon leaves. We can see it to the very rural area, or we can say we can see it to the bahay kubo. Some of the bahay kubo in our province, especially in the mountains, are using dried cocoa leaves because it is very affordable, very easy to make. You just need to collect it and put it to the roof of your house. And just like the Yakan village, so it's their tradition to use the luma, which called dried cocoa leaves, which are made of cocoa leaves. The Yakan village, led by designated Sultan Arms Religion Executive Secretary, the registered nurse lawyer Liza Masuhod Alamnya, also has a masjid or worship site.
Port of access by plane. Most visitors will enter via the regional capital at Cotabato City. There is only one major point, which is the Cotabato Airport. By bus. The region is less served by buses. Mindanao Star provides bus service from Davao City to Cotabato City, while Husky Tours has buses from Llanero Santos. By car. The region is served by Pan-Philippine Highway but is unnumbered except for the short segment in Cotabato City. Other highways are Davao-Cotabato Road from Digos and Kidtapawan and Tacorong-Midsayap Road from Tacorong, which bypasses the Philippine Highway to the east. All highways become unnumbered as they enter the region, and there are military and police checkpoints at entry points.
These are the major attractions of the region. First, Masjid di Maocon. This is the famous Pink Mosque in Mindanao. It was finished in 2012 after the initiative of Mayor Samsudin di Maocon. The color symbolizes unity, love, interfaith brotherhood, and peace. This mosque is impressive with an artistic touch and vibrant hues. However, you need to wear appropriate clothes when visiting the mosque.
Blue Lagoon in Dato Odin Sinsuat. The Blue Lagoon is a popular tourist destination in Maguindanao. It is located near the National Highway, so you don't have to endure a long hike before you can reach the place. The water that comes from the spring is connected to Tamotaka River.
Amela Waving Center, one of the most visited tourist spots in Maguindanao, is the Alhamela Waving Center. It helps preserve annual while providing livelihood to locals. The center is founded by Albaya Wampa with objective to employ women within the local community.
Masjid Al-Nasser Abdi. This is a house of worship for Islam people in Mindanao. The building is designed with white facade and elegant interiors, hinting that the owner is really dedicated in such as religious beliefs. Inside the mosque, you will be amazed by the chandelier which serves as the centerpiece of the place.
Lake Buluan. As Mindanao's third largest lake, you should not miss your chance to see Lake Buluan. While touring around Maguindanao, it consists of neighboring basins of Ala, Maanoy, and Pulangi rivers. There are various species of local fishes in the lake including the tilapia, catfish, and milkfish.
Liguasan Marsh. If you are looking for the best tourist spots in Maguindanao, you need to check out Liguasan Marsh. In Mindanao, this is the largest marsh area with small freshwater lakes, river, channels, arable land, and funds. The main livelihood here is fishing and agriculture, and with the growing tourism here, Liguasan Marsh starts to provide profit to the local tourism management as well as the local people.
Mindanao foods are exotic, using a number of spices, namely chili, onion, and ginger. In general, Mindanao cuisine is a mixture of Spanish and Malay influence. One of the most common ingredients used by Mindanaoans in their daily food preparation is coconut milk. Aside from the fact that coconut milk is abundant in the region, it also adds a distinctive taste. When visiting the region, the following are the must-try delicacies. Tiyula itum is the best viands among the Tausug people and is also a prominent dish of the Muslims.
As to how this food originated is not yet known even with the tausug, but people assume that the tiola itum is a tausug cuisine because of the inclusion of the burned coconut. Nasi lemak is a rice dish cooked with coconut milk and a pandan leaf for added aroma. In the Philippines, it is recognized as one of the famous dishes during Hari Raya festivals of Muslims. Lokot-lokot. Lokot-lokot is also known as the Zamburos. It is an indigenous delicacy in Zamboanga and its nearby cities. It is also called as cha, tagaktak, or lokot-lokot depending on the particular area where you find the delicacy. Baulo is a baked rice treat which is served during festive seasons like the Hari Raya. This delicacy is very comparable to the classic French madeleines, yet with a unique twist. Some would use royal orange soda drink or any flavors of fruit juice to make their baulos. The traditional way of cooking this treat is by using improvised molds and baking them into the pugons. Beef kulma. Kulma is one of those Filipino dishes that many are not familiar. It's originated from the island of Mindanao in the southern Philippines, where the Maranao, Yakan, Tausug, and Maguindanao minorities strongly countered the European and North American colonization, protecting their way of life, their Islamic faith, and their culture. Kulma can be thought as a dish that embraces all the cultures in the Philippines, and it is relished and served by both Muslim and Christian alike on Mindanao. Next is Alvaro. It is a Mindanao delicacy made from pounder, sun-dried, and fried cassava. Next is Toron de Mani. This is a dessert of crushed peanuts in an egg crepe wrapper from the Philippines, also known as Toron de Mani, peanut turon, or peanut lumpia. The Autonomous Region and Muslim Mindanao festivals and special events. Aliwan Festival, an annual festival held at Star City Complex, Pasay City. This activity gathers different cultural festivals in the country where contingents competes in dance parade, float competition, and beauty pageant. This event began in 2003, dubbed as Mother of All Festival, aimed to showcase the richness of different Filipino cultures and heritage to the rest of the world. Consequently, the contingent aims to promote the respective region's economy and tourism pride. The event is organized by Manila Broadcasting Company and Cultural Center of the Philippines. Meguyaya Festival. The term is a Teduray word meaning merrymaking and Thanksgiving. This is a universal expression of thanksgiving for the triumphs, abundance, prosperity, or any form of blessing received. The word in a multicultural society wherein different expressions or way of thanksgiving and merrymaking practices are recognized and honored. Amidst UP's triumphs, abundance and prosperity is the conceptualization of Meguyaya Festival, Upian's way of expressing gratitude for all the bounties. Meguyaya is a 3-week celebration which culminates every 22nd of December.
Kalilang and Kariyala both mean merrymaking and thanksgiving. This universal expression of thanksgiving for the triumphs, abundance, prosperity, or any form of blessings received. The celebration of this festival are similar to Lami-Lami, Basilan, and Meguyaya of UP Maguindanao.
A festival commemorating the charter anniversary celebration of Marawi City. Highlights of the festival are Quran reading contest, presentation of colorful Muslim songs and dances, Islamic quiz bee, exhibits of Maranao crafts, native delicacies, traditional games, and musical instruments competition.
In Lamitan, Basilan, the Lami-Lamian Festival was celebrated on June 26 to 27. Alami-Lamian is a Yakan word means merrymaking. It started in 1983, a yearly festival celebrated on the town of Lamitan in Basilan Province, and showcases the traditional Yakan costumes and traditions, musics, dances, and crafts that has a long been preserved. Celebration of the event rekindles the native Yakan's culture and diversity and the gentle people of province of Basilan, south of the Philippines townspeople are dressed in colorful costumes, take part in horses races, parades, and other activities.
Seaweed Festival, Bungaw Tawi-Tawi, September 25. This festival is also called Agil-Agil Festival, local name for Karagan seaweed, Thanksgiving festivity for its good harvest. Similar to Miguyaya, this week-long festivity is celebrated every fourth week of September, showcasing the region's economic potentials, culture, customs, and tradition, with like activities such as street dancing parade and field demonstration, trade fair, regatta, cultural night presentation, beauty pageant, environment protection and conservation forum, and to cap with is the conduct of business matching with Asian countries.
Sheikh Karimal Maktoum Festival, Simunal Tawi-Tawi, November 7. Sheikh Karimal Maktoum Festival is celebrated in commemoration for his good deeds for bringing Islam to the land. Sheikh Karimal Maktoum is a 13th century Muslim missionary from Malaysia who established the first mosque in the Philippines. The mosque is located in Tubig, Indangan, Simunol, Tawi-Tawi. Sheikh Karimal Maktoum Festival is a display of Muslim religion on culture and tradition similar to Sharif Kabunsuan Festival. This festival is a very popular among foreign and local tourists.
Sharif Kabunsuan Festival is a very significant event not only in Maguindanao people, Cotabato City and Region 12, but to the whole Muslim Mindanao. This colorful festival is commemorating of the arrival of an Arab Malay missionary from Honore, Malaysia in the 60th century. Landed along the banks of Pulangin, now known as Rio Grande de Mindanao. Sharif Kabunsuan introduced Islam to the natives, which led to the establishment of Sultanes of Maguindanao, Raha, Buayan, and Kabuntalan.
The Bangsamoro is the Moro nation. There are 13 Muslim tribes or groups. These are Miranao, Maguindanao, Iranon, Yakan, Tausug, Sama, Badjao, Hama, Mapun, Kagan or Kalagan, Kalibugan, Sangil, Mulbog, and Palawanon. They are also known as the Bangsamoro people.
Indigenous people, Teduray, Lambangian, Manobo Dulangan. Settlers, Visaya, Tagalog, and Chinese.
That's all and thank you for watching.